Jackie. The Sister Emmanuel Renner Award is not bestowed annually. Instead, it's reserved for those individuals who have gone far above and beyond with extraordinary, well-rounded service to St. Ben's. Sister Emmanuel Renner of the St. Ben's class of 1949 demonstrated such service to the college, serving as the 10th president and as a faculty member, advisor, and friend to hundreds of St. Ben's alumni spanning several decades. This year, Telzena Coakley from the class of 1962 is a deserving award recipient. Telzena played an instrumental role in founding and fostering the special relationship that St. Ben's enjoys with the Bahamas. It all started when Telzena, then a member of the monastic community in the Bahamas, met Mother Ricarda Peters, then prioress of St. Benedict's Monastery. Mother Ricarda was visiting her brother, who was also serving in a Bahamian monastic community. Telzena was in the market for an education, and Mother Ricarda inspired her to consider St. Ben's. Telzena arrived in a setting that she couldn't possibly have predicted. The political and cultural climate of the late 1950s was challenging, to say the least, for people of color. And the weather in St. Joseph, well, brutal. But Telzena found sunshine, warmth, and open arms in so many of the people that she met, cultivating relationships that continue today. She bonded with several faculty members, including Sister Emmanuel Renner herself, who was chair of the history department. After graduating with a double major in history and mathematics, Telzena worked at Cathedral High School for many years before being awarded a scholarship to attend graduate school at Columbia University. She eventually returned to the Bahamas, but St. Ben's remained close to her heart, and as it turned out, her relationship to the school was just beginning. Telzena worked in public service for the Bahamian government, leading curriculum and instruction for the public school system. At the time, many local teachers wanted to engage in professional development and earn degrees, but the infrastructure just didn't support those aims. In partnership with the local private Catholic school system, Telzena started recruiting American professors to come administer courses to Bahamian teachers. She submitted a proposal to St. Ben's, and they readily agreed to help. In the summer of 1974, several sisters from St. Ben's Monastery arrived in the Bahamas to volunteer their services. The Bahamas Extension Program thrived for more than 15 years, expanding to include a second term, more volunteers, and a component that required participants to spend at least a semester studying on the St. Ben's campus. While the program is no longer formally in place today, its impact is still deeply felt. St. Ben's is enriched by numerous students from the Bahamas who continue to come to St. Ben's and attend each year. Many are related to teachers from the extension program. Others simply come because of the positive reputation that St. Ben's has in the Bahamian community. Several of Telzena's relatives have graduated from St. Ben's and St. John's. Though retired, Telzena remains a valuable partner and an advocate for St. Ben's. She received the President's Medal in 2013, and she still regularly speaks with Bahamian CSB+SJU students, as well as those who are considering attending here. Telzena doesn't sugarcoat the realities of culture shock or the weather. Of the latter, she tells them, that's an experience. Go and get it. It rounds out your life. So, Telzena knows a thing or two about a well-rounded life. And as the Sister Emmanuel Renner Award honors, a well-rounded service. With great honor, we present this year's Sister Emmanuel Renner Award to Telzena Coakley.
What a moment. Should I just say ditto to what the other recipients have said? and I do say that. However, this award, Sister Emmanuel Renner Award for Service, makes me think of, as Kathy read, that period was a bit difficult for both people in this area as well as on campus. And it was largely the continued interest of Mother Ricarda and Sister Elfrida Zedden. And when I was ready and packed to definitely go home and leave and forget about St. Ben's, it was Sister Emmanuel Renner, who by that time had become my mentor and friend, who in her calm, soft, but firm voice looked at me and said, "I never thought you were such a pansy." She said, "Go home now and let those who don't want you here rejoice, because you have helped them to defeat yourself." I never saw it that way. And so, after quite a while, I don't know how long, she looked and she said, "Let's go over to your room now and unpack." And that's what I did. So, from then on, I've been often packing to come back to St. Ben's. Many, many, many trips. And so today I remember those times and visits with both Mother Ricarda Peters, who's long gone to her reward, eternity, Sister Elfrida Zedden, Sister Emmanuel Renner, and while I was at Cathedral High School, when I had thoughts of, again, forgetting Minnesota, Sister Evan Rademacher, and those people, among others, I stopped with them. I won't call any more nuns' names, but there are, or anybody else's name. They are very close to my heart. And so is St. Ben's, because St. Ben's picked up in training and educating me where my mother and father, especially my mother, left off. She was a full-time homemaker, nurturer, and a lover of her children. And she always wanted me to be educated, and she said, "When you get your degree, remember your sisters." So it turned out that not only my 3-4 sisters, but many other sisters I have now. And I am very grateful to 6-7 of those relatives and friends who have become my sisters, who have come with me. In fact, when I was thinking as to whether I should or not come to Minnesota now, they said, "When are we leaving?" That was Marilyn, you know. And so we have here Marilyn and Evelyn, who are just taking too much good care of me right now. And then those people who, I don't know who they are, who nominated me, I've been trying to find out, but they told me that's not proper. So I thank you very much, and those who worked at putting everything together so that I could be here. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.